We got about 4 more seconds to go. We're not in the clear yet, but I'm pretty happy with that. We won that, and we've won another trading session using this strategy. Is it possible there's a pocket option strategy out there that works really, really well, but you've never seen it? Maybe it's something that you've overlooked until now. I'm going to show you something on this video that I think you're really going to like. This is a strategy that you can develop and improve on over time, a skill that you can harness and use. And the longer and the more time you dedicate with this strategy, you're going to become better at it. And I think you're going to become more profitable the longer and the more time you put into it. And as a matter of fact, we have some members inside of our private Telegram group that have been using this strategy every day. This is primarily the only strategy they use, and they're seeing incredible, incredible results. So I'm going to go ahead and share it with you today, and it's actually fairly easy to set up. Okay, so without talking about it, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. So what we're going to do over here on the charts, first thing, let's just make sure that we have the charts set to the regular candlesticks. Okay, and then for the time frame, we're going to be using 10 seconds, or you can just select S10 right here. Now for the expiry, we're also going to be using 10 seconds as well. Now, if you don't see a 10-second preset, you can simply just click on S5 and then just click on the little plus button here and knock that up to 10 seconds, just like that. And of course, at any time you are using an expiry under a minute, you're going to have to use an OTC market, which is simulated data. And that's available to you inside a pocket option. So that's what I have up here. And I've favorited several assets up here at the top of pocket option that I will be using that are from the over-the-counter markets inside of pocket option. So these are paying out around 90%. Most of them are. If they're not, or if they drop in payout, in the payout percentage, if that drops down, I will go ahead and remove those off of the chart and add some new ones. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I want to make sure these are paying out 90%, somewhere around that area. Okay, so let's jump in and I will show you exactly how to use this strategy. You are primarily going to focus on one area of the chart, and you're going to be using only one indicator. That indicator is going to be the MACD. So over here on the indicators menu, go ahead and click on MACD. And then as soon as you have that, it should appear at the bottom of the chart and look just like this, although it might look a little bit different, and that's okay, because we're going to be making some slight modifications to this, but you must match your settings with the settings that I have with my indicator. Okay, so just want to put that out. So right next to the name of the indicator, you're going to find a little pencil icon. Go ahead and click on that. Now for the input settings, for the fast period, you're going to want to enter in 3. For the slow period, it's going to be 10. And the signal period is going to be 16. Okay, so make sure you have these set up exactly like this. Now for the styles, now we're going to go ahead and uncheck the MACD and the signal. But we're only going to have checked, which is going to be the histogram. Now for the colors, you can change the colors if you want to. But if this is your very first time, setting this up and trying this strategy, then I would keep everything like it is at the default settings, okay? Or just for the colors anyway. So once you have customized and set everything correctly, just like I have, go ahead and click on Save, okay? You must save that. All right, so that's it. That's pretty much it. So we are ready to go. Now, what I'm going to do first is show you and explain to you how the strategy works, and then we'll get into, risk management, trade sizes, and that sort of thing later on. Okay, so let me show you how this works. We're looking down here, we can see the MACD indicator. And if you look really closely, you're going to find something that is always there, and that is the middle zero line. It's right over here. I've positioned my mouse pointer over here so you can see it. You've got a little zero there, right? And you can see the histogram. It just goes up over this zero line, and it also goes down underneath the zero line. Look at that. It just does this. This is all it does. It's just the same thing, up and over and up and over. What we're waiting for is the price to close, or a candlestick to close, because each one of these candlesticks represents 10 seconds, or whatever the time frame that you've selected here. We're working with 10 seconds for this strategy. So each one represents 10 seconds. And if a 10-second candle closes, you're going to see the bar close inside of the MACD as well. Now, it's important that we want the bar to close on one side of the zero line. Now, this will be a little bit easier once I show you how to do this in real time, but also keep in mind that we are working with the 10-second chart, so everything is moving very quickly, but we need that smaller time frame so we can find more setups more frequently, okay, and more often. So what we're going to do is we're going to browse through here, and you don't have to trade. You can just look at the MACD. Now, if I find a series of bars that have already been below the zero line for a certain amount of time, then I will wait until I have a new bar that has closed above the zero line. Okay? Because if we see the chart, if we land on the chart, and we see that there's just already a number of bars on one side of that zero line, then the move has pretty much already played out, right? I'm looking for a new move to jump into, not an old move, if you know what I mean. Okay, so let's go ahead and just hang out here. And this looks pretty good. We've got a new bar here. Now, if that closes, and it looks like it might, then if it does, boom, it closed. Look at that. This green line, or this green bar, has closed, and here's the next bar. But by then, I'm already in the trade. I'm already in the trade at that point. So that's how it works. We want those bars to close either above or below the zero line, but not directly on the zero line. Okay? So now we understand that. There's other factors or other things that you can look for to better, put the odds in your favor, so to speak. And those things would be trends. So upward or downward trends. Maybe you are not comfortable longing or entering a buy when it looks like the overall trend is going down, right? Common sense. Not something that I'm probably going to want to do. However, for this video, I might do it just to show you. And another thing, guys, you do not have to win every single trade to become profitable with binary options. And of course, with pocket option, you do not. And the reason is because I don't trade blindly. I actually use risk management. And so do many of our members. We use a trade manager. This is called the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager. It's a highly advanced tool with mathematical calculations that allows you to win. Okay, you can win your trading sessions even if you have losses. Now, I make videos about this almost every day. And I show you live all my trades, wins and losses. I'm not one of those YouTubers that show every trade a win. How many times have you watched a strategy on YouTube? They make it look so easy. You try it, not so easy, right? If you want to win this game, you're going to have losses. So embrace those losses, but only do that if you have some type of money management structure to follow, not blindly rapid fire trading and just entering any trade amount inside a pocket option. Because how do you know? How are you going to determine how much you need to enter to make up for those losses or to stay profitable during your trading sessions? It's very difficult to keep track of all the math in your head. This trade manager takes care of all that for you, so you don't even have to think about it. It takes out all of the guesswork. And so what I've done here is I've entered the exact initial capital that I have inside of my pocket option account, which is $500. I've modified the settings of the trade manager to fit my risk level. This is what I'm comfortable with. So I've set this up to where I need to win 2 out of 11 trades to be profitable. That's it. I don't have to win every trade, just 2 out of 11. And I can keep repeating this and repeating this throughout the day. Matter of fact, I only have to have an 18% win rate or higher to come out in profit. So think about that. If you were to only need an 18% win rate or better to become profitable, I bet most of you probably are somewhere around 50%. But that's great. If you can maintain a 50% win rate, 18% win rate, it's a no-brainer. So I've set all this up and I've matched the current balance that I have inside a pocket option at the moment, which is $500. I've set that over here inside of the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager. And the Trade Manager gives you the exact trade amount that you must use. You have to use the trade amount that the calculator gives you, because if you don't, it's gonna get overwhelming. You're gonna find yourself trying to recoup your losses. You go into a downward spiral, you blow your account, game over, right? No one's happy. And we don't want you to get to that point. We want you to stay on track and stay organized. So first trade amount, 181. Let's go ahead and begin. Great. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look or find a chart that I like. This is decent. We've got several other pairs to choose from. Some of these have already dropped down a little bit, but it's not too bad. We're still somewhere around 90% on the payouts. So now we've been over the 0 line, and I like how this is going kind of an overall downward trend at the moment. We're waiting for one of these bars to close below the 0 line. Okay? So we're waiting for that. And when that happens, I will be considering entering a trade. Simple as that. So I've got my trade amount set up. I've got my account protected in case by accident, which has not happened yet, but I have my trade amount limit set. So I'll make sure that's turned on. Almost set to go. No stress. Let's just relax. And we're waiting for a good size, I would say not a huge bar, but a good size bar to close below the 0 line. Because it looks like this could be a pullback in the market. And a lot of you are wondering, well, when do I enter the trade on these pullbacks? Well, using the MACD could give you that answer that you're looking for. Now you see that first one there wasn't big enough, but I've got 5 more seconds to go on this one, which I like much, much more. I'm going to go ahead and enter that. There we go. 181. Let's just go ahead and wait it out and see what happens. It could be a win. It could be a loss. I don't know. You don't have to win them all, guys. So there you go. That was a win. And what happens as soon as you have a win? All you have to do is come over here to the trade manager and mark the trade or mark this first trade slot as a win. That's not a win. That's a loss. Let's go ahead and try that again. And you input your results. So you don't know what the next trade size is going to be until you enter whether or not that's a win or a loss. Let the trade manager do all the calculations. Let the algorithm work for you. And you just sit back and enter the trade amounts that it gives you. And now we've won the first trade. So in this case, the next trade amount is under $1. And since we can't trade with less than $1 inside a pocket option, this session is completed. So now it looks like I've already got one session I've already added over here. Normally this is set to 0, but you can just keep track of all the sessions that you do. You can add a session. So there you go. You've completed one session. If you have a profit target. Let's just say you want to make $300 a month. You can put over here $10. Just as an example, guys, you can put any number you want. This is just an example. So there you go. So you will need to complete 5 sessions a day. Okay, that's it for $10 a day. Of course, the higher initial capital that you have, the higher the profit target can be. Okay, but that's totally up to you. So what we're going to do is clear this out. I will enter in my new balance into the trade manager. The current balance inside a pocket option is 501.67. There we go. So we're all set to go. The first trade amount for this session is going to be 182. So instead of 181 now, we are working with 182. And the reason why we use these smaller amounts is because we compound our results, and we compound slowly over time for the long term. We don't trade with big trade amounts in case something happens, we blow our account in a few hours or whatever. We do not do that. We have members in their group getting incredible results, and I will share with you those results in just a moment. So if you want to see those, stick with me here. But let's go ahead and continue. And another little tip here when it comes to adding indicators, the ones that appear at the bottom of your chart. If you hover your mouse just over here on the right, you will find a little arrow at the top right of this indicator here. And if you click on that, that will expand the indicator down here so you can just see things a little bit better. But that's just a little helpful tip for you guys, okay? So let's go ahead and find a new trade setup. Now it looks like it's kind of going sideways here a little bit. It looks like it was going downwards for a little while, but it's starting to flatten out. So what I'll do is just look for a new chart. That's a little sideways. That looks okay. I have a little bit of an upward movement there. That looks decent. Okay, let's see what else is out there. So that was odd CAD. And I need something with more strength above that 0 line. We've got about 7 seconds. Let's see what it does. 5 more seconds to go. There we go. Okay, I need a little bit more though. A little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and enter. I'm not really happy with that entirely. I felt that was a little bit risky, but you know what? Let's just go ahead and enter. And it could go against us, which it looks like it is. 1 more second to go. So that was a loss. So what do we do if we have a loss? Let's come right over here. Mark this as a loss. Get the next trade amount immediately. The next trade amount is 342. Go ahead and enter that in. And let's see if we get a really, really strong bar. We've got several bars already on top of the 0 line there. And it just doesn't look that healthy, guys. It looks like it still wants to go to the downside. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and switch and change the chart. And let's look for something else. That looks pretty good. Really nice and healthy. I'm going to go ahead and enter. Now we've got that one candle there that is broken through underneath. And then we have a nice healthy red candle, but it looks like it's flipping around and we could have another loss. There we go. That's another one. Back over here to the trade manager. Mark this as a loss. Enter the next trade amount immediately. 634. Great. And if this looks pretty healthy, I want to see a little bit more of a push down there. And that's just not feeling it, guys. Let's go ahead and switch the chart. Okay, here we go. This looks like it's just happened. 5 more seconds. 2 more seconds to go. And I will go ahead and enter a buy. And so we entered on the close of the second bar that has crossed over the 0 line. And that is a win. Let's go back over here, mark this as a win. Now, we've had a win. Okay, we won that. I jumped into that fairly quickly. Sometimes you just see an opportunity, you see something that just pops out and I got to take it. So back over here on the trade manager, we've won that trade. And now if you notice, the next trade amount is smaller. So if you've ever traded where, if you've traded in pocket option where you do have a loss, you may have to win 2 times in a row to make up for that one loss. And that's really not how it is with the trade manager. You're actually, after you have your very first win during your trading session, your next trade amount is going to be even smaller. So now we've only traded, or now we only need $1.52, right? That's the next trade amount. Let's go ahead and enter that in, 152. So that gives you just a little bit more peace of mind that you don't have to keep using a higher and a higher a trading amount to make up or to recuperate those losses that you've had. But this looks pretty good. Let's see if we can get a larger green candle on this. And this second bar that has appeared, but it looks like it's coming down and it's going a little bit. Ooh, that looks pretty good. I feel like I'm a little late on that, but this is a little bit of a crazy move. We got about 4 more seconds to go. We're not in the clear yet, but I'm pretty happy with that. We won that, and we've won another trading session using this strategy. Let's go back over here. Mark this as a win. Now, I've got some of you that have been using the trade manager and you have this question. Should I continue to trade even if I've reached my goal of the total win trades over here? I would recommend not to, okay? Now, just because the trade manager gives you another trade amount to use, I would recommend to reset, mark this trading session complete, and move on to the next one. Now, in the next version, okay, I'm not going to say too much about that, but there is a new version being worked on right now. The current version is phenomenal, okay? So don't think you have to get the latest and greatest thing. You don't. We make tweaks and stuff. We add new features and stuff like that. But as it is, the trade manager right now, you can become profitable just by using the way it is, okay? So you can just ignore this. You're done. You have completed your session. If you've got 2 wins or how many ever wins that you've entered in for the win trades, if this was 3, then you would wait until you have 3 wins, and then your trading session is completed. So for us, we've completed another session. This video is getting a little bit long. That's okay. I like making videos for you guys. This one's going a little bit over time. We can mark another trading session completed. If you guys want to check out our group, you can get access to that by going to the website. You can also reach out to me directly through Telegram. I have found that most of you are more comfortable with just going to the website, reading over all of the information. You can get full access to all of our cutting edge tools and spreadsheets. You do not only just get the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager, you also get access to many other spreadsheets that will help you and keep you organized and give you structure to follow when you're taking on your different trades inside of binary options. All of that is included. And we've got several videos, hours of videos that are included on strategies that a lot of these strategies are not even included on my YouTube channel. Some are, but they go into great depth. On YouTube, I cover the basics, and some of my videos don't really go into the nitty-gritty details about things, but on the videos inside of the members area go into much greater depth on how the strategies work and why they work so well. But that's included. We've got active members, over 900 active members right now inside of our group. Just phenomenal. And for those of you wondering, does this stuff work? Absolutely. We've got so many great testimonials and screenshots from our members. These are not reviews that I have asked for or have paid for. These are members just like you, regular people that have just voluntarily put their results out there. And our members get so excited about sharing their progress, especially that they join for the very first time. They get in there, or even members that have been with us for months. We have members that have been with us for several months now. They are still posting their screenshots and the results of their consistent profits. And they've even posted behind screenshots of their pocket option results in their back office. And so All of this is included. We've got members posting their withdrawals from Pocket Option. It's just crazy. Members compounding their earnings over several days. You can go over to the website and read all about this. Okay. So that's it. I've got a link below down in the description if you guys want to check it out at a one-time affordable cost. There's no monthly fees. It's a one-time thing. You have lifetime access. Okay. Just wanted to put that out there. So yep, there you go. I wish you all the best of success. Try this out. I think it's something that you guys can improve on and get better at over time, but just another way, another strategy to give you some type of edge over the market. Please use whatever you use. If you don't use the Trade Manager, please make sure you have some type of risk management or money management system in place when you are trading to keep track of everything. Vitally important. I would say this is got to be the main reason why a lot of our members are staying consistently profitable, is because they follow the rules. They don't try to keep everything in their head or write everything down, which seems like that would just be a lot of clutterness, and they just like to stay organized and use the tools that are already made for them. Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, use something that's already working, guys. Okay? Wish you all the best. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.